Hello and welcome to Foundation Friday, July 20th, 2018. Steve Sipress here. Beautiful sunny Arizona summer day and even under 110 degrees out, which is very, very mild for this time of year. So critical transition, the 7 critical transitions that every business owner needs to make to go from an average performer to a high achiever. And if you're an average performer, you're not likely to admit it to yourself, but at times we all are. At times we're average in some things and better in others, and sometimes we do nothing at all in some areas. At least I'm speaking for myself here. So this hopefully this series will help jog you into becoming a high achiever consistently in all areas of your business and your life. And this is number 6 of 7. It's to go pretty much from accidental to deliberate. From always saying circumstances are beyond your control to becoming self-reliant. This was really evident over the past 10 years or so when the economy was unofficially, not technically in a recession, but it was basically stagnated in a really tough, crappy economy for about 8 years that just wouldn't budge while the Fed kept propping up a president who knew nothing about economics and his whole team that was just a disaster. By moving rates, borrowing rates and interest rates to historical lows all the way down to pretty much to zero to prop up a crappy economy. But now that there's somebody in the White House who, at least this guy knows how to get an economy going, he knows how to do economic things, that's for sure, no question about that. So he's got things booming there, and the Fed is raising rates. They say 4 times this year. That's the clear sign that there's a turnaround and things are happening. But through the past 10 years, I heard it all the time. Like, that was one of the big excuses. But Steve, you don't understand. Circumstances are beyond my control, but the economy this, or in my industry that, or in my area town, or Steve, you don't understand, in my state, or in my region, or my industry, or in my everything. As if it's all predetermined, or somebody else is controlling it. You see that right now with Trump derangement syndrome. I love to hang out with on equal sides of the lunacy spectrum, the pro-Trumpers and the anti-Trumpers. They're equally, off the deep end. But, I shouldn't say that. The anti-Trumpers are more deranged, that's for sure. It's part of Trump's plan, of course, but they're all deranged. And just by very definition of constantly people who claim and apparently are anti-Trump, and yet they can't live without him. You go to the Facebook page of these people, and every word and every post and everything is about Trump. I'm like, for a guy that you can't stand, you certainly allow him to control you 24/7, 365, and there's an instance of being an underachiever, an average performer, or a non-performer. Pretty much your circumstances beyond your control. Oh, Trump this and Trump that, and therefore this, and my life is miserable because of Trump. Like, are you kidding me? I would never I wouldn't have let Trump, I didn't let Obama, I wouldn't let Hillary, I wouldn't let whoever else is going to become president to negatively affect my life. What a dumb decision that is. So stop making it and become self-reliant and say, no matter what happens in the economy, no matter what happens in my industry, no matter what happens in my area, no matter what new technology comes along, no matter how much more money my competitors have, no matter any excuse you have, you say, I'm going to find a way to get it done. You become self-reliant. You go from accidental to deliberate, where, I guess, the people that do this don't realize that by giving over control and saying circumstances beyond my control, you're also giving the credit for your success must be accidental. That's what I mean by going from accidental to deliberate. Like, well, I guess if the economy booms, and especially in your industry, and you don't have a competitor who's got a lot of money, and in your area town, effective marketing that works everywhere else in the history of mankind suddenly works, then I guess you'll be successful. But to me, that's no way to go through life. I'm not going to go through life accidentally being successful based on circumstances beyond my control, that if it all lines up well, then I'm going to make it. Screw that. I don't give a crap how it lines up. I'm still going to make it. And that's critical transition number 6 of 7. No matter what happens, no matter what circumstances take place, no matter what comes your way, you decide. I don't care what accidents and what outside things happen. I don't care who's in control. I don't care who's, in charge of anything. I don't care what the rules are. I don't care who my competitors are. I don't care what happens. I'm going to be self-reliant, and I'm going to find a way. Top achievers do that. I hope you do it too. Sorry about since the glare, I can't see. I see a bunch of names of people that are here, and I saw some likes go across. I thank you for all those. Anybody watching live, anyone on the replay, I'll have to address any questions, comments, concerns when I get back inside. I stepped into the shade a little, but I still can't really see the screen. A lot of glare out here. A lot of sun here in Arizona. Speaking of which, it is pretty much frying my head. So that's it for Foundation Friday. And as always, tomorrow is Success Story Saturday. I'll be back with a success story of a successful entrepreneur that I love these, and so I share them with you to help when the chips are down and times are tough, to kind of pick yourself up and motivate yourself by hearing somebody else who, again, deliberately, self-reliantly went through the tough circumstances, no matter what they were, made it happen, became successful. I'll share a story about that tomorrow, and I hope you'll be with me then. Thanks for more of the likes, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks for being here today. Bye-bye.